Hey, what is up you guys? BlackwingKei here, and welcome to yet another part of Tokyo Dark. So, in the last part, we learned quite a lot actually. You know, we did a few more side questing, but we're finally progressing a lot more with the plot than we did in the previous part. So, we met up with the Yakuza. I guess she's the boss of the Yakuza in, Kibikochi? Ah, my lord, I forgot. I'm getting confused because his name Kamakura, but it was Kibukochi or something like that. We'll get the name again later. But yeah, we met like the Yakuza boss from over there, and so she sent us on a little errand to get somebody to pay up what they owe in order for us to get information. Turns out the person that owed them was our little old friend, the cat lady from the cat cafe with the cute cats. So yeah. So just to summarize what happened, we ended up making her not pay for that, and one of the cats followed us, and I guess she kept the cat. The Yakuza lady, Kasume Mifune, ended up keeping the cat, which used to be named Tomo, now named Mr. Marshmallow, which is an adorable name. But then, you know, our character decided to, Ito decided to let her know that, oh yeah, he likes fish, just so they can poop and throw up everywhere, which is kind of mean. That was mean on her part. I would have just said, okay, take care of the cat at least, you know? Like, you seem like a good person, and I'm glad we got this settled, so yeah, take care of the cat. And then we found something really disturbing. The truth of what happened to Reina. Or so far, that's what we know. Because, honestly, the discovery of what happened to Reina brought up more questions, which we're about to delve into this part. That hopefully gets answered in this part, I mean. So Reina is dead. Right? We know that. But what we didn't know is that Reina committed suicide. Okay, cool. And Higashi was the man that we were looking for, and I thought for a fact that Higashi was the one that killed her because of the things that were happening. But no, that is not what happened. We found Higashi's rotting corpse inside the building with the keypad that we had to put in the keypad, and it's strange because that place is under police surveillance because of all the incidents that's been happening there. I mean, you'd wonder, like, how is the smell not seeping out through that door? I thought the odor of a dead body would have seeped out through any door that is sealing it, unless it's like a super sealed door that prevents any odor from passing through it, but it's a little strange. Anyway, we found the rotting corpse of Higashi, and that's how we found, like, I don't know how it was being, like, shown to us, but we got to see images of Reina's past, and Higashi did this to other girls as well. Young girls. Really young girls. And it was really messed up. It was really messed up. I got really emotional in that part. I'm not sure if you could tell. I was actually shedding a few tears for that as well because I felt so bad. And it's like, it's because things like that happen in real life. And it's like, you can't just look away. It's like, this game is, this game is a game. Any coincidences to real life occurrences is purely coincidental. So, the game saves itself like that. But it adds those real life elements, which it's really messed up, so I really felt for that. I was getting a bit too emotional. That's probably why I stopped playing, even though I usually do stop playing around the hour-and-a-half mark. But yeah, so that's what happened, and now we're here in Kamakura. She wants to apologize to, what's her name? Mina? The girl that was here, the pink-haired girl. We're here to apologize to her about what happened. But I also wanted to find out, did we really kill what's her name? Reina. Because apparently we took the gun and shot her. That was like the only option we had that time, and we killed the girl. But now hopefully we'll get our answers. So let's start playing the game. And enough of me rambling for like 5 minutes. Oh, it's you. I was reading the papers and I saw your picture. And then I saw the picture on TV on the news. And maybe the 7chan message boards. Is that supposed to be 4chan as well? After I looked you up. I'm sorry, I was curious. I remember meeting you and I couldn't believe it. It's like I met a celebrity or something. Oh, of course it's not a good or anything, but you never know who you'll meet in this business, especially everyone always seems I'm so unassuming. I mean, that's not to say that any of it was your fault or anything. Okay, so the message boards are pretty bad. There's a lot of bad stuff on there, like, wow. Pretty wild stuff. Are you done? Oh, right, sorry, yes. Hello again. Oh, it was Mai. Mai was your name, not Miho. I don't know, why am I forgetting names? Kikubucho was his... oh, man. I think I'm still tripped up about that story from last time. What happened to Reina? Man, it was messed up. So I can leave Kamakura through here. Alright, so one thing is we're curious about the cherry blossoms. What's going on with the weather here? It's fall. Why are the cherry blossoms out? It's beautiful, isn't it? There's a species of cherry tree, the Prunes subhertella autumnalis, that sometimes blooms twice a year. At least that's what it says online. Who'd have thought we had them here in Kamakura? Well, I say Kamakura, but they only seem to be in this part of town. Lucky, huh? A cherry blossom tree that blossoms in fall. I've never seen it. Are you sure you've got your facts straight? It seems impossible. Impossible? Do you doubt my botany expertise? Impossible would be if the seasons started reversing themselves, don't you think? Yeah, it certainly feels that way. Huh? You say something? Why the glum face? Anyway, I hope you take advantage of the weather and go for a picnic or something. The blossoms are so peaceful. Don't they put your mind at ease? Where's Mai? I'm looking for Mai Kawana. Have you seen her? Oh, you're looking for Mai again, huh? Are you sure that's such a good idea? She was pretty upset about the, happenings the last time you were here. I mean, I've barely seen her leave Kamakura since then. Maybe it's best you leave her alone. It's important I talk to her. I suppose she'd be at the shrine that's down the street, like usual. Mai's very important to this town. Please don't upset her too much. We all want everything to go back to normal. Alright, now what about her grandmother? Is Mai's grandmother still at the house near here? You want to see her? Well, she is still around, I suppose. I see the comings and goings of all people around here. I don't see her getting out much, though. Oh yes, that reminds me. When you were here in late April, did she, I don't know, give you something? I'm not accusing you, of course. I heard that there was an important artifact that went missing last spring. Kawana is old and losing her faculties a bit. Maybe she gave it to you by mistake. Can you remember anything like that? This mask is important, so... We could just leave. I don't know, man. Talking about the mask, like, whenever the mask is brought up, it seems like things don't go well. But I don't feel like lying, you know? Let's do things professional. Like, she did give me a mask. Oh, so you do know about it. Huh, that's a relief. Wouldn't want to think something so important was stolen by some riffraff, right? So, do you know when they'll return it? You'll have to ask HQ about something like that, sorry. I did. I contacted them several times. They said they didn't know anything about it. They said they didn't have it. You don't think they're lying, do you, detective? They wouldn't lie about something like that. Something so precious to this town, would they? I'm sure whoever you talked to was mistaken. Yes, that must be it. I'll keep trying. Enjoy your time in Kamakura. Ah, okay, so the mask was okay because it was in custody. Right, of course, because the mask, when I had it on my possession, it was taken as custody at that time, 6 months ago. It's just that we now decided to, you know, take it by knocking out a police officer. Remember that, guys? Yeah, fun times, right? Fun times. Hopefully I don't do any stupid things like that anymore. Alright, let's knock. Go away! No visitors! Go away! No visitors! Okay. Sheesh. Oh, I forgot to mention it, but when things were about to get crazy, there were more crows up there. Last time there was just one when I pointed it out, but I didn't point it out the second time when there were like 4 or 5 up there. It was crazy. Maybe it's a sign. Yep, and I remember when there was her ID down there with the red paint. It was weird. Let's go to the shrine. And there is my... Cherry blossoms fell gently at my feet as I approached the Kawana family shrine. In front of me was Mai Kawana, still dressed in the outfit of the Shrine Maiden. She had seen me approach and stood there frozen and terrified, the same helpless look on her face as when she had a knife in her throat months ago. This time, it was as if she was terrified. Of me? We were the only 2 people at the shrine, yet I couldn't shake the feeling I was being followed. A familiar presence watching from the shadows. Oh no! What happens if I let time run out? I can't kill her. What happens if time runs out? I'm not gonna do anything. No, I won't do it. Why now? Why her? I don't have to do what you say. I'm not a puppet. I can choose. So we can ignore it! I took a chance. I thought I was gonna get some kind of bad ending or something because of the timer. The timer is very scary. That's what's been throwing me off every time we have an important decision. I see. So I didn't have to kill Reina back then. Okay. You, the detective from before? Why are you just standing there? Is it over? I'm fine. Sorry to scare you. I'm here to talk to you. See, I've never been good at apologies. I'm sorry for everything I put you through. I've been meaning to talk to you ever since that day. I should have come sooner. You're here to apologize? Now? I didn't hear from anyone in 6 months. The police only talked to me once, and then everyone here started avoiding me and acting like it never happened. I guess that makes me the last person you'd want to see now. After that day, I'm sure some police came by and told you that I was only following procedure, but that's bull. That sound was so enervating. Oh my God. Lord Jesus, have mercy on me. Police in this country don't go around shooting people. I didn't feel myself and lost control, putting you at risk. Sounds vague to say I lost control at such a crucial time, I bet. But that's the truth. The truth? It's strange, isn't it? The cherry blossoms, I mean. It's silly, but every time someone comes here and says how beautiful they are, I get so mad. It's like they don't understand my feelings at all. But that's selfish, huh? It's not like I want everyone to suffer along with me. I imagine the only other one who understands that is you, detective. Your name's Ito, right? It's so quiet here. It's hard to imagine something like that day in April really happened in a place so peaceful. But it did. I know what you and your partner were only doing what you could to save me, but I wish I could have helped. I felt so helpless. At least you told me the truth. Thank you. You know, I asked Grandma about the mask and the red-headed girl was after, and she denied knowing anything. But it was a lie. I found one of her old journals at the shrine, and she wrote that the mask was important and had to be hidden away. Why would she lie to me? I'm sick of everyone always trying to protect me by covering everything up. Grandma hasn't been the same since that day. Either. She shuts herself in the old house and mumbles to herself darkness and purity. I'm so worried about her. My guts tell me that the mask has something to do with it. I'm sorry. Listen to me ramble away. I bet you don't care about any of that. The truth is, I think you're right about the mask having something to do with all this strangeness. I actually came here to ask you about it. You think so too? Then let me help you. I don't know anything about it, but maybe Takashi does. Oh, sorry. Takashi's my brother. He used to live here in Kamakura with me and Grandma, but he left the first chance he got. That music, man, it's like It's like... Oh my lord, so creepy. Well, thank goodness I'm playing this in the daytime, so it's not as creepy as it would have been at night. We talk on the phone all the time, but he refused to come back and visit. I get the feeling he knows something I don't. Takashi, who could that be? Do you think we've met him before? He wouldn't even tell me about how my parents died. Where does your brother live now? He's an instructor at a kendo dojo in Asakusa in Tokyo. I hear he's a big shot in the kendo world. Okay, Asakusa, we've never been there before, so we haven't met the guy. Cool. That place already appeared in the map though, we just couldn't go to it. It sounds like he'd be a good place to start. Do you think he'll speak to me? You can try. He's never been very good at opening up to strangers though. It's worth a shot. Thanks for helping me, Mai. Good. Mai's actually been a really good help. I'm glad we were able to patch things up, you know. It'd have been worrisome. Yo, imagine if I killed her though. Cause it was worrying me, the timer and everything. And finally, we're done with that music, dude. That music's horrible. Go away, no visitors. Leave Kamakura. And now Asakusa finally becomes available. Let's see some info on that. Asakusa, the home of Sensoji, one of the most famous temples in Tokyo. Sensoji. That sounds familiar. I'm referencing to another game, a character in a game. I think their name is Sensoji. Something similar. It's also a bustling entertainment district. It remains a pocket of traditional culture surrounded by the city's high rises. Awesome. Let's hit up Asakusa. By the way, before I get back into this, I'm sure for some of you guys watching right now, I'm sorry that I haven't streamed this game. I actually did want to stream this game, but I don't know, like, it's good. It's good to stream something like this so we can experience the mystery together and, you know, the psychological horror, experience that together as well. I would have loved to do that, but I decided for more, like, visual novel type gameplays. Okay, the next time there's another point-and-click game type like this, I'll do that on a live stream, I promise you. I really do apologize that I didn't do a live stream of this. I should have done it for this one. I was actually working on other projects that were supposed to be video series. It was this one that I was debating whether to be a live stream or a video series, but my dumb self decided to do a video series already. So that's why, if I'm gonna stream this, it's gonna be after I already beat the game, and we're gonna discover more routes together. So I guess you can look forward to those live streams of Tokyo Dark. The other story, I guess I would call it. But yeah, again, I just wanted to put that out there. Really sorry about that. Yeah. Also, don't forget to hit that like button. Hey, let's continue. My investigation up to that point led me to believe that finding Takashi Kuwana would be difficult and convoluted, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Turns out his kendo dojo is well regarded as a popular training spot for a few national champions and several of the city's police officers. Oh, look at that. The latter made me nervous. The information I was asking for was sensitive, and I didn't want any word of investigation finding its way back to HQ. A few misfired questions could end up with officers knocking on my door. Or worse, Yukimura himself calling me up. I had to be cautious. Okay, so now I think that was a warning. The game is telling me to be no more poor decisions, basically. I have to be very careful with my words, because now I'm in an open area, you know. Ooh, can I talk to this guy? Alright, but let's check this out first. Inside the interior of a traditional tea shop. But it doesn't look like anyone's been there recently. Oh, so it looks like it's closed down. I can buy that? Hello there. Would you be interested in buying some finest takoyaki in Tokyo? This isn't the cheap stuff you buy at the food stands at a festival. They will make you question everything you knew about octopus ball in ball form. Who can say no to that sales pitch? Sure, I'll take some. Detective Ito sure is a looker, I gotta tell you. Hey, reference to Detective Looker in Pokemon? His name is Looker. He's a private investigator, isn't he? Yeah, he's a private investigator. Yeah, she's really pretty. Gotta hand it her. Gotta love the art. I've seen some reviews for this game, and I was hearing something about like the anime style doesn't get in the way of the game, and I'm like, since when does an anime style get in the way of a game? I mean, I guess they mean that it's not too fan servicey, or not like, you know, because sometimes anime games tend to have some fan service. I guess is what they were trying to imply, but yeah, I don't know. I was just thrown off by that. Wow, you're right. This is maybe the best takoyaki I've had. Thank you, miss. Best takoyaki in all of the islands. Sanity 10, professionalism -1, but hey, we actually worked on something there. Let's check it out. I'm stable, professional, meticulous, and relaxed. We done it, boys. We done it, boys. Wait a second, I'm relaxed, but my neurosis went down? Or I'm confused. Alright. Relaxed sounds good to me, so that's good. That's good. And it is currently 6:12. I'm still not sure whether that's AM or PM. It might have been PM. Anyway, those are a nice sight to see there. Tourists, likely. I can hear them speaking English. My English isn't so great, so I doubt I'll be much help, but I wonder what they're talking about. Hello there. Is there something we can help you with? I don't speak... Wait, Japanese? Your Japanese is perfect. As a college professor, if it wasn't, I'd probably be out of a job. I'm no college professor, but I work at a Japanese software company, so I'd be a bit of trouble too. Huh? Don't look at me, I just live here. Well, not in Tokyo, in the suburbs. Whoa, I think you guys might speak Japanese better than I do. I'm sorry, I just, never mind, I never would have thought. Would you prefer to speak in English instead? No, I mean, no, please, Japanese is fine. Sorry, I wasn't meaning to be nosy. I guess I don't see people wearing yukata this late in the year. Is there a festival or something? Heh, no. We come to Asakusa every year, and the yukata become part of the tradition after a while. Guess it makes us stand out more than we already do, huh? Don't knock tradition, Tony. Admittedly, my legs are cold, though. Cool, that's pretty cool. See, so you will run into... I guess the game is saying that you will run into people who are, like, American or foreigners in Japan that are not weebs, not otaku, and actually respect the culture and actually have jobs over there, because that is true. That is true. There are people based over there, like this guy at a software company. This guy's a college professor. You know, it's things we know. People always think that people from America or from around the world want to go to Japan just to be part of the weeb culture. I keep saying weeb, I'm sorry about that, but be part of like the anime culture instead of just the general culture in Japan instead. Like, I do have to admit, my love for Japan, it bore fruit. It started budding through anime. But as I was watching a lot of anime, I actually started to respect and look up to this culture a lot more. Not just because of the anime. I don't want to just go there to go to Akiba and just call it a day like, well, never coming back here again. I actually want to go to different places of Japan and actually explore, actually learn more about the culture and the history. Given that I did take some Japanese class while I was in high school, so that's also a boost right there. Anywho, enough about my personal preferences about the culture. Let's continue with the game. This looks like the dojo I was looking for. It has a very traditional aesthetic. Awesome. Let's go in. Can we do anything else? Nope. Just go in. It'd have been nice if they gave Detective Ito some different clothing, you know, because she really does stand out as a detective. So, I mean, we're off duty. Might as well wear some regular clothes, right? Maybe some casual clothing so we don't stand out as much. Can you imagine that was an option in the game and I just never found it? Who are you? I'm a friend of mine's. Whatever, professionalism. You see, I'm making poor decisions already. You're a friend of my sister's? You expect me to believe that? A little old, don't you think? Gee, thanks. Really, you think I wouldn't recognize you? You're the officer who was in... of course, I should have thought about that. But that's thinking way too deep. Damn it, dude. Of course, I have to remember that people recognize me. From now on, I have to go with this... that people know me already. You're the officer who was at the shrine in April, and who almost got her killed. And now you're lying about it? Pretending to be her friend? To no doubt to get something from me. Don't look so shocked. Your little deception was easy to read is all. After your idiocy in Kamakura, I heard Mai crying over the phone every night for a month. Don't bother her anymore. Now get out of my dojo, before myself or one of your fellow officers has to throw you out. Well, that's it. Mission failed? Well, that didn't go well. Maybe Mai will know how to soften her brother up. Damn, that went horribly south. Really fast. Alright, let's leave and go back to Kamakura then. Jesus Christ. Talk about a situation going very bad. Wait, can we talk to this guy again? Nope. I don't know, Megura's a little cool, you know, he's an info geek of sorts. She still says the same thing. I have to be investigating everything. That really was a poor decision of mine. That was a very poor decision. Why did I say I'm a friend or something? You know what it was? I had to look at his face, because these characters, they're designed a certain way that matches their character. Like, remember back at the police headquarters, I looked at... Okay, let's go to the shrine, dang it. Stop doing that. So in police headquarters, I got a good look at Tyra, right? Remember how I said, as soon as I saw him, that must be Tyra. That guy with the red head, he looks like a smug character. And I was right, that was Tyra. The guy that Ito said that he needs a big punch in the head, in the back of his head, before he gets a promotion. So I didn't really look at his character. I kind of just looked at the text and looked at the choices that I had and just went with that. And after I said that, I was reading it and I'm like, wait a minute, I lost professionalism. When I saw his face, I'm like, I screwed up. Oh my god. But hey, I can only learn from my mistakes, right? So I guess we just continue from there. Let me get closer to her, man. You know. I think I managed to find your brother. He didn't exactly seem happy to see me, though. Yep, you found Big Brother all right. He's a bit protective of me ever since we were little. I know I'm probably overstepping my boundaries, but would you be willing to talk to him? I don't think he'll tell me anything on my own. You want me to help? You know, seeing you again really got me thinking. I decided that even if everyone's trying to hide it, I can't sit here and ignore what's happening. I need to understand why my family has been acting so strangely. Even my own brother is keeping me in the dark. I'm sick of it. Sure, I'll come with you, Ito. If I went alone, he'd probably pat me on the head and send me away. But if you're there, I'm sure he'll tell me about my parents, the mask, and everything. Are you sure that's what you want? Sometimes not knowing is better, Mai. No more stupid little Mai. I'd rather be hurt and know than happy and ignorant. But before we go, let's check on Grandma. These days, if she doesn't know where I am, it really set her off. Alright, we'll make a quick stop at the house. Thanks, Mai. Sweet, so we have a companion now. Alright, so let's go to Jeep. What happened? That dead bird, that dead crow was not there before. A dead crow lays in the middle of the street. The small body is in a bad state of decay, covered in dried blood. The maggots have begun eating it at its remains. But wait a second, we were just here. I'm not going crazy, that was not there. Yo, what happened to your brother, dude? How did he get there? And how did he decay so fast? Already some freaky shit is happening. I said no visitors! Leave me alone! Grandma, it's me. Please open the door. My? Oh my, it's you. Please come in. Yes, come in. Along with me, of course. Can't leave me out. Remember me, Grandmama? Wait, what is she doing here? It's okay, Grandma. She's here to help. Help? Ha! Don't make me laugh. You were supposed to help me, remember? I felt something and you were going to free me from the past. Free you? Are you talking about the mask? Do not discuss that horrid thing here. No matter how far you go, I can still feel it. Like needles in my skin, dragging me to it. In my dreams, I can still see that place. Have you seen it too, Detective? A dark place, where those who we've lost reside. I'm so old, and have wasted so much time, and yet the pain won't go away. My poor Emiko. I miss her so much. If only I could have found her. Emiko? You mean Mom? Find her? What are you talking about? She's gone? Takashi told me she died after I was born. Yes, of course. You shouldn't be asking about such things, Mai. If it weren't for this woman, you'd be safe at the shrine. No, Grandma, you're wrong. I'm not safe while everyone lies to me. I'm going to see Takashi. If you don't tell me the truth, he will. Mai, listen to yourself. You must stop. Opening the door of the past will solve nothing. Ever since you were little, I've done what I could to protect you and your brother. Please don't go down this path. You look so much like her, you know. Your mother. And you, Detective. Perhaps my granddaughter is too naive to see it, but you can't hide it from me. I know what you've seen, what you think you're able to do. But keep my family out of it. We've suffered enough. You don't know anything about me, and besides, I'm not the one hiding things from my family. Tell me, do you know the story of Izanagi and Izanami? Ooh, we're getting some interesting backstory here. We've seen these names thrown around in different anime and different literature before. In my case specifically, it was in Naruto and Senran Kagura. So let's see what they have. Let's see what the interpretation of the story is here, to see if it matches up to their stories. Grandma, this again? I'm sure Ito's not interested in hearing some old myth. Okay, so it's considered an old myth. Really, we should get going. Stay right there. Though I've told you this story so many times, you don't seem to grasp its importance. I think it would be of use of this woman here to hear it. Alright, enough with the old lady voice. I can't keep it up. That's actually deteriorating my voice even more than it should be. Izanagi and Izanami were the first of the gods, known as the Kami. In legend, it was the drops of ocean water that fell from Izanagi's jeweled spear that created the islands of Japan. When they descended onto our lands, they brought their love and devotion to the realm of mortals. Okay. Izanagi and Izanami had many children, the deities of nature that inhabit the natural world all around us. Wait a second, before I continue, I'm guessing Izanagi is the dude, and Izanami is the woman. Doesn't Izanagi look like that collector guy? Dude, it looks like him. And Izanami, that girl looks very familiar. Like that girl that we saw, the fat pig bastard, take down to the sewer. It looks almost like her. And the poster girl also in Akihabara looks just like her. For a time, life was peaceful. However, as Izanami gave birth to Kagutsuchi, that's another name that I've heard before, the Kami of Fire, she was horribly burnt and suffered mortal wounds. Wow. As she lay dying, and faced with her mortality, new Kami were born from her suffering. Kami that hid away from the light. When Izanami passed, okay, so Izanami was the woman. When Izanami passed, Izanagi was inconsolable, and in his rage, he struck down the child that killed his love. Unable to accept her death, he ventured deep underground to Yomi no Kuni, The land of the dead. Okay, so this story is actually relating more to Senran Kagura than it is with Naruto. Naruto took those names and used it as like a historical figure for the Uchiha clan, apparently. This is actually, believe it or not, this is actually relating more to Senran Kagura, seeing as how we're actually getting Yomi. Especially in SW Versus, we get to learn more about that. Just a little fun fact in between games to see who actually has the old myth correct. Half blind and distraught with grief, he wandered in the darkness until he finally heard the voice of his beloved. Though unable to see her face, Izanagi begged Izanami to return with him. Izanami replied that she would try and ask the gods of the Yomi no Kuni permission to return to the land of the living. Incapable of restraining his desire to see his love, Izanagi set his comb all right in order to look upon his lost love. What greeted him was a sight of her decaying, worm-eaten face. Wow. In horror, Izanagi attempted to flee Yomi no Kuni. Izanami, enraged, sent dark spirits to pursue him and drag him back to her. After narrowly escaping, Izanagi sealed the entrance to Yomi no Kuni with a great boulder. So you see, it is our mortality that brings suffering into this world, yet resisting it is a perversion of natural order. Being mortal means we must accept that we cannot control life and death. Detective, some things cannot be changed. Some doors should never be opened. You must stop. Grandma, you're talking about stories and myths. We're talking about real things. The story may be a myth, but there is a truth within it. Can't you see that? The things you pursue, they're unnatural, unclean. Heed my warning and stop this foolishness. I won't let you involve my family any further. First these bastards take my Emiko, and then you show up. Perhaps I'm being punished for my sins. Mai, come here. Come here, my sweet child. We must keep you away from her. No, Grandma, I already told you. I'm going to see Takashi. I'm an adult now. You can't tell me what to do anymore. No, you can't. You can't go. We must protect our family from outsiders, Mai. You're reopening old wounds. Leave us alone. Let us heal. Heal? You think I want to heal? Can't you see how much of these lies hurt me already? You're the one wounding me, Grandma, not Ito. You're delusional. You tell us stories about kami and spirits. Takashi might hide things from me too, but at least he makes sense. This time he's going to tell me the truth about everything, about Mom and Dad too. No, stop! I'll tell you how your parents, you can't, can you? You've never told me about how they died. The reasons always change every time I ask. No, Mai, please, you must listen. They might be listening. They're still out there, and they haven't forgiven me. Can't you see? They? What are you talking about? You're insane. I'm sorry. I spoke to you that way. I'll be back to check on you soon. Don't go, please. Goodbye, Grandma. I feel bad for the grandmother. I feel as if we should have listened to her more. I'm sorry. She's gotten much worse since you last saw her. No, it's fine. Why do you think she told us that story? About Izanagi? I don't know. It was kind of creepy, wasn't it? She was talking about it like she really believed it. Come on, let's go see Takashi. Okay then. Alright, so now we're going to visit Takashi back at the dojo he's in. And this girl should be with us. Mai. Will she be in her Shrine Maiden outfit? Or will she be in regular clothing? We'll find out very soon. As we can see, Detective Ito's always in her detective clothing, even though she's off duty. So let's see, maybe there's gonna be some interaction with Magira? Whoa, where do you think you're going? Mai and I are leaving. What of it? Oh, well, you can't. I got a call from Mai's grandmother and she says she's having health issues, so she has to stay. I didn't ask what they were. I wouldn't want to be caught fainting on my shift again, but it must be pretty bad if she called. Mai's an adult. Her grandmother can't keep her there. Let's go. No, you don't understand. You're not going anywhere. Why violence? So I can only resort to violence? Okay then. You know what I didn't think about? Like, when I was getting the option to kill, Mai? Why was it giving me an option to kill her? Something's up with her as well. There's something about this family we don't know. Wow. Wow, I'm sorry, Magira. Damn, I lost professionalism and sanity. That was the only choice. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it wasn't the only choice. Dang it. I did it again. And I was doing so well, too. Well, technically, I was doing so well, but I made another poor decision. I forgot. I had the option to leave up there. Maybe I could have left and did something else. Gosh, dang it. He'll be up again in a few hours. Why did he stop us like that? He's never done that before. Still, he shouldn't have done that. He'll be fine. Let's go. Wait, we can't just leave him here. What if he's hurt? Mai, let's go. He might not be the only one who wants to stop us. But, fine. Let's go. It looks like she's still in her shrine outfit as well. That was messed up. Can we check our stats right now? And now we're stable for antiquity. Okay, we're still the same, but we lost points there. Our professionalism is about to go down to the unprofessional level again. Alright, so the name was Kabukicho. Not Kikubicho, whatever the heck I said earlier. Return to Asakusa. Yeah, so it's still the tea shop that apparently is not there, but why did they let me investigate that? And not the other place? Ah, I see. I see. Sorry, I kind of skimmed through that. I was gonna read it. Oh, it's gonna be the same conversation again with these guys. Alright, Takashi, you left me no choice. I brought your sister. Mai, what are you doing here? Did she make you come? It's not like that, Takashi. It was my idea. I asked her to come talk with you, but you sent her away. This woman almost got you killed. You expect me to cooperate with her? Surely if you need to talk to me, you can come yourself. My sister doesn't need to be involved. No. If she came alone, you'd just evade all my questions like you always do. If I came alone, okay. Besides, there's something I need you to see. See what? What are you talking about? Where did you get that? Put it away! So you do know what it is. I knew you were hiding something from me. That's not true. I wasn't hiding it. It's not something you ever needed to know about. Besides, why is she carrying it in the first place? Wait, don't change the subject. This isn't about Ito. Mai, I understand that you're upset with me. We should talk about this another time. Furthermore, that mask has nothing to do with you. You're wrong. Back in April, when Mai was held at knife point by another girl, it was this mask she was after. A mask your family is connected to. Looking for it? I suppose I've been a fool to think I could keep the truth from our family's past away from you. The past? Does this have to do with Mom and Dad? Yes, and so much more. I first saw that mask when I was a child, before you were born. The truth is, it belonged to a cult called the BlackwingKei, of which our parents were members. A cult? You're kidding. How'd your parents get mixed up in that? I know how it sounds. I find it hard to believe myself. They were a group led by a guru named Tokimasa, who promised a simpler life, away from the hypocrisy and falseness of the city life. Our parents both had master's degree, and my mother was on her way to earning her PhD. They chose to give up their lives and their careers to follow some mystic and live on compound instead. The BlackwingKei were one of many groups back then. I was a child and didn't understand, but thinking about how our parents were deceived and what they put me and mine through, it's unforgivable. The mask was on the compound, but for what purpose, or what they believed it could do, I don't know. Do you think there are any members of the BlackwingKei who'd left who'd know? No. You see, there are no surviving members. They died. All of them, including our parents. I'm sorry, I don't remember much about it. One night, Grandma came into the room where we were sleeping, saying we had to go. The compound was in the woods, so it was dark and I could barely see, but she kept charging forward with Mai in her arms and dragging me behind. When we were back in Tokyo several days later, Grandma told me that our parents were dead. She didn't seem sad. It was as if she expected it. The government censored much of what happened, so I was never able to learn how they died. Me and Grandma didn't speak of it. Ignoring it of my childhood and everything that happened in those woods was all a bad dream. If it weren't for her, we'd probably be dead with our parents, but ignoring it couldn't erase the anger I felt towards them. I wonder if they even cared what might happen to us. As a high schooler, I spent much time trying to find out what happened about the BlackwingKei than I did studying. I thought that if I could understand why my parents so willingly gave up their lives and abandoned us, I'd stop feeling so betrayed. But I was wrong. Nothing I found gave me peace. Mom and Dad died as part of a cult? I don't believe it. It's true. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I guess that in hiding it from you, I was able to hide away from my feelings as well. I think for Grandma, it was too painful to talk about. I believe she took possession of the shrine in order to live a simpler life. We had to keep it a secret. There's no way we could live a normal life with the stigma of the BlackwingKei attached to us. I suppose keeping that secret hurt us both dearly. For me, pursuing kendo gave me some measure to control my own life again. But Grandma, who made a choice to leave her only daughter behind, she always seemed to carry the guilt of it with her. She started going out at night, babbling about how she was looking for Mom. When she'd come home, she would have a rotten stink on her clothes. I was too scared to confront her, so I tipped off the police. They found her wandering in the sewers, holding nothing but the mask. The same one that the cult compound all those years before, and the one you hold now. I was shocked when they gave it to me. I hadn't seen it for so long. The unpleasant memories came back from the past, flooding back. That was when I decided to leave Kamakura. It was the only way I could move on with my life. That doesn't account for how the mask ended up with your grandmother in the first place. I don't know how she got it. It seemingly appeared out of thin air, or maybe someone gave it to her. She never said. I left the mask with her. It always made me uneasy. It had a strange aura about it. But wait, Grandma was looking for Mom? In the sewers? I don't remember any of this. You were in the dorms at your school at the time. Grandma's stage behavior was part of why I insisted on you going to those private schools, away from Kamakura. I couldn't drag you into this madness of our past. We parted ways without ever speaking of it, and she was much better by the time you returned to Kamakura. Detective, what exactly is it you're looking for? Surely our family's history isn't of use to you. I assume you've heard of what happened to my partner. This mask was there again when he died. It's more than an ornament. I need to know where it came from. If that's true, then I want to help. Your partner, he seemed like a nice person. No, you helped plenty. But I have to do this on my own. Ito is right. I apologize for not telling you all this sooner, but you can't be involved in something so dangerous. I already thought I'd lost you that day at the shrine. I wouldn't forgive myself if something happened to you. Alright. Thank you for finally telling me the truth, Takashi. I'll head back for now. I hope you remember that I'm your sister. I may not remember the same things you do, but we're still family. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for your help, Mai. You're right, Mai. I'll come visit you soon. It looks like she's gone. Mai's not here. There's no need to be coy. No doubt taking possession of that mask has taken a toll on you. Even in the brief time I was in contact with it, I felt the immense darkness behind it. I had such strange dreams and saw things I never would have dreamed of on my own. There was always an unusual air about it that I couldn't stand to be around. Maybe lying to Maya again makes me feel like a hypocrite. Makes me a hypocrite. All I know is that I don't want her getting hurt. But like you said, I don't believe that the mask is simply wood and paint. Though, I doubt anyone else would believe us. No one ever did, except for one man. On this street, there's an old tea shop. Perhaps you saw it on the way in. An old historian named Yasuhisa is there occasionally. He was the only one who ever acknowledged what I said about the mask as the truth. If you're ever looking for information on the mask, he may be the best person to ask. I never pursued the topic with him, but I speak with him occasionally on other topics. His mind is a vault of valuable information. Hopefully he can shed some light on what this really is. I hope so, but please, detective, be careful. Sweet. Alright, so Takashi is a good guy after all. He was just looking out after his sister, and finally we learned the truth. I'm glad that he wasn't actually an arrogant jerk. You can see it by his expression on the face, his actual character. Again, I have to be a very good judge of character by the way they're presented, because that gives away a lot. But yeah, remember when I said I thought it was strange that they let me inspect the tea shop? Even though I couldn't go in, and I couldn't expect anything else. Just that rundown tea shop. It looks run down because like there's no ads on it or whatever. The door looks kind of like beat up and old. So I just assumed it was run down. So I guess we can enter now. Okay, so it's just a really old tea shop. It's not run down at all, it seems. Welcome, come in. Do sit down. No need to be so formal and stand there like a statue. How can I help you? Are you Yasuhisa? Takashi told me to come speak with you. Oh. And how is Mr. Kawana? Still prickly as ever, I suppose. I've always found him to be wise beyond his years. Though perhaps not by choice. I digress. My apologies. It's the quirks that come with old age, you know? What does Mr. Kawana think I can help you with? I'm looking for a few things related to the BlackwingKei, the group his family got mixed up in. Ah, a more difficult answer than you might expect. You see, there are two groups that share that name. The first, as you know, is a religious group by the guru Tokimasa. The second is an ancient order, over 1,000 years old. What's that you're holding? I was told it's related to the BlackwingKei, the newer one, and that you could tell me about it. Ah, that explains many things, child. The far-off look in your eyes, for one. The far-off look in her eyes, huh? I imagine you have many, many questions. Masks are interesting, are they not? They are meant to be a disguise, and yet a mask cannot lie or contort itself to hide the truth. In that sense, is the mask that is more truthful than the human faces we hide underneath them? Wow, wait, let me read that again. That's actually very interesting. In that sense, it is the mask that is more truthful than the human faces we hide underneath them. Interesting. That's actually a very interesting way to look at it. Alright, let's continue. I wonder how you came to be in possession of such an object, such a dark history. I think it might be related to a missing person, but I don't know anything about it beyond that. Ah, but that itself is the essence of history. Layers upon layers of personal connections that are continuously peeled back to their root. Relics like the one you hold often take unusual routes where they end up. Relic. If it's from BlackwingKei cult, from the 90s, then I'd hardly call it a relic. Misguided and deceptive as he was, Tokimasa was no fool. In order to gain new followers, he needed to give his cult historical legitimacy. He collected obscure objects and gave them new meanings that he would control in order to manipulate his followers. The mask was what he chose. Along with it, the name of the group that he created. Interesting, isn't it? Yeah, I guess so. Only, I guess I was hoping you could tell me some other things about it. For instance, like, why? Now that I'm about to say it out loud, it sounds silly. I'm sorry I bothered you. Don't be silly. You wonder, for example, why holding that mask seems to take you to another place. Or perhaps, why you can see visions that don't seem real. Why you feel a strong will exerting itself on you. Oh yes, I know all about those things too. How could you know about that? When Tokimasa was in the possession of it, he believed it showed him the path to the realm of the gods. He wrote extensively on the subject. Though, unlike most, I don't discount such phenomena as the ravings of the madman when the phenomena repeats itself. Do you too look into the inky blackness and see familiar shapes in the shadows? Not shadows. I see and hear people who are supposed to be dead. I find things I couldn't possibly have found otherwise. Most interesting. Tell me, detective. Oh, apologies. Do you mind if I call you that? I don't remember telling you I was a detective. Ha! My mistake. You must forgive me. A slip of the tongue. I believe it was the way you carried yourself. Determined investigators, such as yourself, have such a sense of purpose in their mannerisms, you see. And you do seem rather determined to get to the bottom of whatever it is you're chasing. Tell me, does me telling you that your experiences are not an illusion provide you the level of comfort? I'm not sure, but I do feel something. Maybe hope? It's like I finally got a foothold of some solid ground. Ah, yes. Knowledge is a light in the dark places, is it not? To think a relic of such import would end up with a detective. Do you mind if I ask you something? Which do you believe? Are our lives controlled by fate, pre-measured threads that determine our deeds, or wishes and our ends the minute we come into existence? Or conversely, is our thread subject to the chaos inherent in our universe instead? Does it change according to our deeds, and that is what happens seemingly by accident? Do you believe it is fate or chance that decides which threads of life are cut short and which are followed? I knew they were gonna do that. That is something to think about. Let me think about that for a second. So chance. I wish there was a way to go back to what they said. It doesn't seem like there is a way to go back to what he said. Yeah, I really would have loved to read it again. Alright, give me a second while I think about that, like just a small moment. Okay. So I took a considerable amount of time to actually think about that. And I also gave my voice a little moment to like rest. Drank a couple of took sips of water. So I'm a bigger, I'm a side more with fate on this, given on what happens. I don't know, it feels like this choice is gonna weigh heavily on the way the rest of the game is gonna play out now. But given that everything that's happened, and you know, I'm taking this into personal account, like, I usually don't believe more on the chance side of things. I usually believe more on the fate side of things. That's, you know, you can take that as you will, but that's how I usually have my beliefs there. Let's just leave it at that, that I believe more in the fate rather than the chance. Yes, of course. Maybe you fear your life has been somewhat out of your control as of late. Control, huh? To be honest, I don't feel like I've had much of that since the mask came to me. You said that the mask was made by the old BlackwingKei. Why? Confusing me can't be the purpose of what it's made for. Ah, yes. A more complicated answer than you might have wished for. Indeed. It should come as to no surprise that the creation of such a mysterious object is equally enigmatic. Perhaps you could do me a favor. Don't worry. It is in relation to this very topic. An important book has gone missing from my shop. If you could retrieve it for me, I feel I could shine a great deal of light on the subject. What kind of book? A book of missing variety. Haha, I'm sorry, I jest. It concerns the mask bearer. Mask bearer, huh? That's me, right? Although you carry it, that does not make you its bearer. All will become clear when the book is returned to me. Sounds easy enough. Where can I start looking? Oh, you needn't go far. The man who has it is right outside this building. In fact, as I said, it's not much of an errand, but I, of course, cannot leave my shop. He's right outside? This won't take long. I'll be right back. Right outside? The takoyaki dude? This dude right here? Wait, let me try to buy it again. He did say something. Sorry. I never forget a customer's face, and you already had the satisfied expression of someone who's eaten my food already. Oh, so you can't buy more than once from this guy? So you can only eat the very good takoyaki once? That's cheating, dude. That's cheating. Alright, let's ask him about the tea shop. That old tea shop next door? Isn't that place closed down? Wait, so I said the same thing. I thought the place was closed down, but it didn't look like it was closed down. Closed? That can't be right. What else do you know about it? Pure conjecture on this one. But I think it might be owned by the kendo instructor from the dojo down the street on account of him being the only one I ever see in there. You might not believe me, but I swear I saw him in there chatting away by himself. Possibly he's a little nuts. Then again, it might be some super awesome kendo meditation technique. Ah, man, why didn't I think of that before? Next time I ought to ask him for some pointers instead of spying on him, eh? Word through the grapevine is that he's a regional champion or something, and has trained some of the best. Lots of cops train with him too, so he must be good. Maybe he's one of those, maybe he's not so crazy after all. Speaking of which, I have a bit of a crazy question for you. I know you said it was closed, but do you know anything about a book taken from there, maybe recently? I was led to believe you would. Oh jeez. Go on. Like I said, the place has been empty for years, but you know, I spend a lot of time outside, and half of the time the door's wide open. So one day a few months back, I decided to look around. Nothing suspicious or nothing. I just was curious is all. Curiosity killed the cat, right? Anyway, it was all dusty and the old in there was all sorts of weird stuff laying around. So I might have taken a little souvenir. I mean, it wasn't super old or nothing, so I figured no one would miss it. Besides, it wasn't for me. It was for my kid brother. That guy can get deep into the dumps sometimes. So I try to be on standby for whatever happens, you know? So I figured a little gift would cheer him up. And back then, he was going through some particularly tough times. His bitch wife, pardon my language, miss, had left him and take their kid daughter with her. He still doesn't talk about it, like he's in denial or something. Whoops, got off track again. I was heading to visit him with the ill-gotten book when I got this phone call saying he was in the hospital. He OD'd on expensive sake and sleeping pills. Thank God that idiot decided to go to a bar he owns, with the door unlocked. A customer came in and called an ambulance. If it wasn't for that, I'm not sure he'd still be here. That's quite a story. Sounds to me like he wanted to be found. Yeah, I think so too. I think he was trying to ask for help in his own way. In any case, I took the book to him while he was in the hospital. Tried to show him that, even though he was at his lowest, there was someone out there trying to do something nice for him, you know? I think it helped. For a minute, anyhow. As soon as the doctors let him leave, he went right back into that toxic little bar. I hope he's okay. He's got issues, but he's my little brother and I worry about him. He's not been answering my phone calls lately. Originally, my brother's bitch ex-wife, sorry again, had the brilliant idea to put his skill to the work in a cheap part of town. Despite that, he's holding on to everything he's got. The place is slowly bankrupting him, but he won't let it go. All he has to do is sign some paper and move on, but he can't. Something about it that it claws sank deep into him. I've been trying to get him to join me in my business for years. He's a great chef, and would make a killing. Maybe it's not the same as owning a whole bar, but serving passers and by getting some sunshine is good for the soul. Plus, food stands are really doing well abroad, I hear. Much better than wasting away in Shinjuku at any rate. Don't tell me, is Daizo your brother? Wow, if he is, then this will be way easier to get that book. Daizo's an old pal of mine, dude. I love Daizo. Daizo is one of the characters that I look forward to seeing the most right now. Especially when all the crap is going on around, you know. I was worried. Daizo hasn't been speaking to me in a while. Shinjuku. Yeah, in a slimy little side street. Anyway, if that book is important to you, he's probably still got it at his place. You want the address? Wait. I knew you looked familiar. Your brother's Daizo, right? He does look like Daizo. You know him? Small world. It was probably the smell of my face that threw you off. Tell him his brother Haruto says hi. While you're at it, tell him that the takoyaki stands are still the future cuisine, and to get his butt over here. Haha, I'll do that. Oh, wow. I see. That was very sneaky of the game. Because had I told him, maybe things would have been different. Had I told him that, hey, maybe you can start something new, a new business. Because I didn't know about him. So I didn't think it would be right to tell him to, just give up what you're doing, man. You suck. Go open a restaurant or something. I didn't want to be that kind of person. Without that much information, wow. Wow, man. I feel so bad now for telling him to stay there. Terrific. Alright, now we got some information. Let's go see our old pal Daizo. Man, it's been a while. There we go. Daizo, my friend. Hi, Ayami. How can I help you today? Hi, Daizo. How are things? Oh, same old, same old. Funny thing, I met your brother while in Asakusa today. Haruto? You met Haruto? What are the chances? Who knows? Maybe it was preordained. Huh. Who would have thought? So is he still selling takoyaki at a stand? Did he say anything? He is. He said to remind you that takoyaki stands are in the future of cuisine, and that you should go and help him. Yeah, he talked to Haruto alright. Always the optimistic guy. I actually have a favor to ask you. Do you still have the book your brother gave you a few months ago? Huh? The only thing that guy gives me is a headache. Not sure if I can help you, Ayami. He said he gave it to you when you were in the hospital. Oh, what makes you think I was in the hospital? I don't even go to the hospital for checkups. Besides, that dolt's bringing me stuff all the time. Always trying to drag me kicking, screaming over where the grass is greener. This would have been more recently, after a rough patch. Maybe it was stupid to come and ask. Oh, no, it's fine. Idiot. I kind of miss reading that. Can I go back to it? Of course I can't. I can't go back. They never let me go back. Those were just some hard times. Nothing serious. I just drank a bit too much is all. I'm sorry, detective, but I don't want to talk about it. Alright, understood. I'm not here to dig up bad memories, Daizo. Thanks. You said you were looking for a book, right? Truth is, I don't remember a book. I do remember Haruto giving me an old magazine, though, back in the hospital. It was one of the ones to read when I was younger, when things weren't quite so complicated. Wait there a second, I might be able to storeroom it still. It might still be in the storeroom. Dang it. Sorry, Yami, hold on a sec. Amazing how some junk accumulates over the years. Maybe I should throw some of this old stuff out, huh? Here it is. Oh no. No. I can read a bit of the top part of that. It's Aidoru, and I can't read the complicated Japanese text. No, and then something else. Kono, something no. Yeah, I can't read Japanese. I'm not sure what that says. Rebi or Ruby? Ruby, I think that says Ruby. It's Ruby, because that was her name, Ruby. But yeah, it's that girl with the sad looking expression on her face. Man, that kind of hurts my heart when I saw her face like that. It's yours, detective. Huh? Hey, no wonder I recognize that photo you brought by. It's the same girl. An idol named Ruby. Reina. No, Ruby. See? It says right there on the cover. Pretty crazy that it was still in my shop. Guess that means you're still looking for her. I wonder why we keep running into each other. Must be fate. I don't buy it. You're a hell of a detective. You must have a pretty sharp nose. If you say so, Daizo. Do you mind if I take this? Like I said, it's yours. About time I started getting rid of some old junk. Thank you. See you around, Ayami. Take care, Daizo. Man, I wish I would have told him something else different. Maybe it could have changed the story where he actually goes to his brother. I kind of feel bad that he's just here alone. I wonder, who is the wife? I doubt that it's Mifune, because Mifune's on a class of her own, so I doubt it's her. Well, we got the book. Time to go back to old man, what was his name again? The tea shop guy. Back to Asakusa. Let me at least tell Haruto that I spoke to his brother. Before going back in there. Oh no, I can't buy it. Dang it. I guess he doesn't want to talk anymore. Ah, welcome back, detective. Isn't that my book I see in your hands? Guess I'm a little surprised. Are you trying to tell me Reina is the mask bearer you talked about? That's hard to believe. Does it surprise you? After all, it is she who you see in the dark, is it not? The dark. That's what the collector called it too. How'd Reina get tied up in all this? I only know that the fate had intertwined the girl's life with the forces in the mask. But the machinations behind the circumstances are a mystery, I'm afraid. People always see history as something in the distant past, involving old men in black and white pictures, but that book, and the girl, as much as part of history as the rest. The threads that connect the past to the present, and people to each other, are not always apparent. But peel back the layers of connection, and the randomness of the universe neatly order itself. A teen idol, an ancient order, the tool they created, and the detective who holds it now all forming a neat and tidy line. Reina was some sort of idol living in Tokyo, not part of a sleeper cell or some cult. It doesn't add up. Oh, and that. Detective, we can agree, so why don't we start at the beginning? To how the mask ceased to be a mere object. The story starts in ancient times in the year 1333. What a very interesting number. At that time, Kamakura was the capital of Japan. Led by the Hojo clan, it was time of peace, prosperity, and enlightenment. Peace among men is cyclical. I don't know why I stumped up there. Peace among men is cyclical, and like so many before them, and so many after, their time of peace came to an end. The Nita clan, loyal to the Emperor Go-Daigo, led a siege against the Hojo, controlled Kamakura, taking the city as the tide receded, leaving a key passage open to the invaders. The Hojo clan fled to the caves of their family temple. For them, there was no hope of victory or escape. They chose to retain their honor. Instead of surrendering, the 870 Hojo samurai, including the last 3 regions, committed mass suicide. Wow. Yeah, I guess that was a thing in Japan, like in the old samurai days. Instead of just dying by the enemy hands, you take your own life as of like standing with your own will. That's pretty crazy. Instead of surrendering, yeah, I got that. However, the Hojo and Nita clans, embroiled in their quest for empire, could not see the role they played in the plans of another group, the religious sect known as the BlackwingKei. It is said that in the flames of Kamakura, a girl was seen wandering streets, observing the carnage of the burning city. A girl lost to the histories by the name of Chikako Shichijo, the last survivor of the BlackwingKei. Okay, so whatever the BlackwingKei were trying to do, they failed. I mean, they all died, right? No, they did not fail. Everything went exactly as planned. Chikako Shichijo did not survive by chance. She was chosen. Chosen for what? To receive the blessing of all the spiritual energy that so much death afforded. To become the first mask bearer. Mask bearer. The BlackwingKei used the deaths of all those people to create this? Why? Legend has it the BlackwingKei sought to contain the door, a rift leading to a spiritual realm, where our conscience ceases to be, and time holds no meaning. A place where the cause and effect could be changed. Why? Why spend so much human life and giving up so much to do that? To stop it from being abused. Imagine being able to see the world as a god, so that the flow of time and the rules which govern our world are of no consequence. This is the power of the door. To a mortal mind, obsessed with the finality of death and meaningless accomplishment, such power would corrupt absolutely, a power over death. So a dark place was created to obscure the door and hide it from mortal eyes, along with a tool to control it and see within the darkness. It's true. All of it. It sounds like a fairy tale, but it's true. Finding the door could be the key to bringing Tanaka back. Some doors, no matter how strong they call to us, are not meant to be opened. And the BlackwingKei willingly gave their lives to keep it that way. The mask opens the mind to all who come in contact with it, but it is intended for its bearer. Using it to find the door may destroy you. Maybe you're right, but I could at least use it to find my way in the dark. Just like the collector said, the only thing I don't get is how Reina is connected to it. That is a mystery. As Mr. Kawana told you, the last known location of the mask was the BlackwingKei cult only a few decades ago. Much was suppressed about the BlackwingKei under Tokimasa. They existed and then on March 4th, 1996, they met their end. (1996), that's the year that's on the photo of Ruby or Reina. There were many theories. That the police killed them during their raid of the compound, or that someone within the cult had snapped and murdered the others, or they all committed suicide and chose a new mask bearer. This can't all be coincidence. Something's tying up here. Nothing but conjecture, I'm afraid. The real answer lies somewhere deep within the police records, and though I remain curious, it is not something I have access to. Perhaps the best place to start is there. Finding out about the last days of the BlackwingKei may help your path to the truth, though I wonder if such an object, bred from suffering, can truly put an end to it. Is it you who can finally break this terrible cycle? I spent a long time here. I'm tired. So tired. Farewell, detective. So, you know, I put it in the back of my mind earlier when we were talking to Haruto, but apparently no one else can see this guy. Only those who have come in contact with the mask can actually see this old man. So I guess he was like another guidance for us, just like how the Collector was. And I still think the Collector looks a lot like Izanagi. Still saying that. Sitting there comfortably, the historian Yasuhisa casually laid out everything that I've experiencing, like he was reading it out of a book. A mass suicide, ancient groups, and a door to a spiritual realm. It sounds like a myth, an interesting story told to travelers in a bygone era. It's hard to believe it relates to Kazuki and Reina. I can't see it. The bridge between Kamakura Samurai and a young girl. He said Reina fit into the story. She's a mask bearer, but how? Yasuhisa, the Collector. I thought when I met him I'd entered the world that I could start to understand. However, faintly. But my intuition as a detective tells me they're hiding something from me still. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I need to keep going. What day is it anyway? How long have I been chasing these leads? Day turns to night. The hours bleed into each other. Even the seasons don't seem to follow the natural order anymore. Everything's blurring together. My head. Maybe I should take my medication. Impossible as it seems, following the old man's hunch is my best bet to finally understand the mask. I don't know, I keep reading into the other thing he said. Even Takashi didn't know what happened to the BlackwingKei. Finding the police report is my way forward. A few weeks ago, it would have been easy for me to ask around and pull a file. It'll be a bit more difficult now, I imagine. What's the worst that can happen? I should head to Police HQ and see what I can find. Alright, to Police HQ we're gonna go. Can we go to our apartment and take medication, though? It doesn't look like they're letting us go back to our apartment. Let's go to the Police HQ. I want to let it autosave. That's what I'm waiting for. There we go, autosave. Oh shit. You've gotta be kidding me. Funny, me and some other guys were just talking about you after practice the other day. Specifically, we were taking bets at how long it would be before you showed your face again. Shame. You coming in here now cost me 10,000 yen. Not that it matters. Ever since you left, things are looking up for me. I won the last department kendo tournament, and I've been enjoying my promotion. Oh yeah, thanks for the new office, by the way. Anyway, non-active duty cops, or you, in other words, ain't allowed in HQ right now, so what do you want? Go to hell. Oh boy. Alright, I was gonna end it off here, but let's continue a little more. We can go a little more. Oh man, this just gets better and better. Begging me for favor, huh? Kind of figured you might say that. You might someday. So, what do you want me to do, Ito? Sneak into the evidence locker? Steal your gun back for you? Haha, like I'd do anything for you. The brass have already told me everything at the damn station to steer clear of you. You're considered bad luck for people's careers. Well, myself excluded, I suppose. Wouldn't expect anyone to do you any favors from here on out if I were you. And I'd rather people not see us talking. And that we're all still friendly or got something. Now get out, before I have to call someone down here. Saki, you're not gonna talk to me? Did something go wrong? Threatened with violence? Uh-oh. Okay, I'm beyond that. I am not gonna threaten anyone with violence. We're going. We're leaving. Yeah, I mean, it would have been interesting, but I mean, I'm done making poor decisions. I've already acted with violence in the police station, and that would be a stupid move. So I had to leave. Alright, let's travel. Back to Asakusa. With our hands empty. Why back here, though? Why don't they let me go to the apartment? Anyway, it still seems that we have some more to do here. But it looks like I'm gonna end it off here, guys. Alright? Yeah, it's about that time anyway. So yeah, again guys, thank you for watching. If you guys enjoyed this, please give this video a thumbs up. And again, as my usual routine, if you're new here and you're enjoying this so far, please do subscribe and look forward to more new content. I'm sorry, excuse me there. I don't usually do that disrespectful actions on camera. Anyway, guys, and for the usual viewers as well, I hope you are enjoying as well. Again, I'm not sure when you'll be seeing this, but I hope by then I'm already back on the live streams. I want to continue doing my live streams like I was doing before, but for now I'm putting more attention on doing my video series to at least have it cumulative so that I can have those videos out there, like, you know, on a daily basis to keep my channel at least active so that there's no like dead spaces in between, you know, because I hate it when I did that I just go away for like months and then come back and like, hey guys, how's it been? It's been like what, 2 years? I'm back though. Yeah, so I want to at least, you know, keep up to date on my channel. So I'm gonna try to be as active as I possibly can. So with that said, we're gonna stop here, like I said, and I will see you guys next time. It seems like we're finally getting down to something, but we still have more questions, and hopefully we'll get more answers. I don't think we'll be beating the game next time we play. Like, I didn't think we would beat the game in this part either. So, again, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. You know that? I never say it a lot, but I really do appreciate all the support I've been getting on my channel so far. All the viewers. I really do support. I really do appreciate all the support. You guys are awesome. And stay that way, alright? As always, BlackwingKei, and I'm out of here, and I hope you look forward to the next part of Tokyo Dark. Bye.